My name is Minister Willie Mooney, and I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to Wakanna. So you're actually at Wakanna, and we are the crown jewel of CBD, right? But there's something that has been going on in this industry, and pretty much not a very great portrayal of actually the full spectrum of what our part in it, the average person's part. So you heard what Jay-Z said. That was amazing. He said, serial entrepreneurs, we're on our own, right? Stop waiting for someone to throw you a bone. If you can't buy the building, stock the shelf. Amazing, amazing, amazing. If that ain't a message. So check this out. This video that I'm about to show you now is a cannabis advisory video, because sometimes it takes from us to hear it from other sources, professional sources, those who are actually practitioners in this industry. So I'm going to let you hear about the science as well as the politics. Check this out.
Hello, my name is Dr. David Allen. I'm a retired cardiac surgeon and member of the International Cannabinoid Research Society, ICRS. That means I'm a cannabinoid research scientist. And I'm here to tell you about the discovery of the endocannabinoid system, the ECS, and the significance and how it will change medicine. And we discovered the endocannabinoid system about 30 years ago, and we really didn't understand the significance of its discovery. And so we found out that this is a chemical communication that your body has. It's not electrical, it's chemical, and it's kind of like the hormone systems that people are familiar with. And your body makes these cannabinoids. They're endogenous, so they're endocannabinoids, and they perform some miraculous functions in the body. And we're just learning the significance of these functions. And basically, the endocannabinoid system is responsible for homeostasis. Most people don't understand what that really means, but it's the body's ability to maintain itself and function in the proper environment. And so it's critically important that that doctors in the future understand this control mechanism. And we're finding out that that manipulation of this endocannabinoid system will control diabetes. It controls cancer. It controls whether you can survive a heart attack or stroke. And so this is critically important for doctors to understand this new science. And the discovery of the endocannabinoid system is the single most important medical scientific discovery ever, and will save more lives than the discovery and application of sterile surgical technique. And I'm a heart surgeon saying that. So more people will be saved by manipulation of the endocannabinoid system than are currently saved by surgery.
So in the 1930s, they made tinctures. What were they making the tinctures for, and why were they doing these tinctures?
Well, I mean, the medicinal uses of hemp are just numerous. The hemp helps, well, we can talk about the cancer effects of hemp, but it helps with inflammation. It's very anti-inflammatory. It helps with seizures. It's very effective with PTSD for the vets that are coming back that have post-traumatic traumatic stress disorder. Mm-hmm. Very effective at treating that. It's an anti-inflammatory, but then the uses of hemp for cancer, what I've studied, because of my book, Cancer Step Outside the Box, and the number of cancers, there's about a dozen different cancers that have been studied in depth with medicinal marijuana, with hemp. And so the studies, from brain cancer to prostate cancer to pancreatic cancer, uterine cancer, cervical cancer, prostate cancer, it's amazing.
Okay, so what is in hemp?
Yeah.
That it's this THC, correct?
Well, there's chemicals that are called cannabinoids.
Right.
THC is short for delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol.
I'm glad you said it because I couldn't.
That's the only time I'll get it right. I'm glad I got it right. So that's the one THC is the one cannabinoid that everyone's familiar with. That's the one that's psychoactive, and that's the one that gets you high if you smoke it.
Okay.
But there's other cannabinoids. One is called CBD, cannabidiol, and it's very medicinally used. There's no psychoactive component of CBD.
So what do? Extract these to make tinctures,
yeah,
or you can make tea out of?
You can make tea. You can eat it. It's a great superfood. You're into raw. A lot of people use raw hemp in their superfoods.
Well, do you get high off of hemp if you eat it as a superfood?
No, well,
or just the seeds.
You've got to heat the THC to make it become psychoactive. So people that eat the plant, they put in a smoothie. You know, they're super green smoothies.
Right.
You're not going to get high off of that because you didn't superheat it.
But is it then, if you put it in a smoothie like that, is it a good prevention to cancer?
It is. It's very well. It's got a perfect ratio of omega-3 to 6 fatty acids. It's got more GLA, gamma-linolenic acid, than any other plant. So it's got some really great fats. You're well aware of the importance of good fats in your diet.
Yeah.
So hemp it's a perfect superfood to eat, but it's also medicinal.
I just never understood why hemp had gotten such a bad rap, and now I understand that it was really politically motivated by somebody who owned basically trees and didn't want to be in competition with the hemp to make paper. And yet, throughout the years after that, so many people suffered because of that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's actually a good thing that people are coming around a little bit.
It is. I'm really encouraged about the different legislation in different states that are trying to legalize medicinal hemp because of the fact that it is so good. It's not just a superfood. It's not just great for industrial uses, as we've mentioned, but it's a really good medicine.
Thank you so much for coming on, Ty. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Carol.
Wow. So Ty Bollinger just said that not only is hemp a great superfood, but it also makes a great medicine, right? And he said that twice when trying to make the distinction because a young lady asked him about marijuana. But he clearly made a distinction between hemp and THC. And then you heard Dr. David Allen say that the endocannabinoid, he said more people will be saved by the manipulation of the endocannabinoid system versus sterile surgical technique. So now you listen to all of that good news, right? And you hear Dr. David Allen, who's a heart surgeon, say that, wow, you know, this cannabis plant, this industry offers a lot more, right, than we have ever known about. So this is who Wakanna is. See, we exist to help end the negative stigmas that's caused communities around the world to suffer and lose out on the health and wealth benefits of this plant. So we're in a mission, and our mission is to be that catalyst that stirs up this movement that gives you courage and confidence to move in this space as legal entrepreneurs, chefs, formulators, farmers, investors, and doing it in courage and in strength to take back something that clearly we either gave away or somebody took it away, which is health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. And those sound like God-given gifts to me, and nobody had a right to take that away. So I want you to guys, you know, to hear this awesome testimony by Tarika Rogers. He's our CEO's son. And not just that, he actually, you know, when the company was started, you know, he so gifted that not only did he create videos and sound bites for us, but he had his own story and his own passion of what he personally was dealing with. So Wakanna and our products have allowed him to come out of that space. And I remember him sharing the story. Like, man, I was going to my daughter's recital and sitting there on meds, and I really couldn't focus. It made me feel worse than I did not being on the meds. And I said, man, that's gotta feel horrible. So check this out. I'll let you hear from the horse's mouth. Check this out.
I was going through bouts of just extreme exhaustion from the anxiety, just feeling tired, feeling like just brain fog, just like a if I could explain, like a cloud in my head.
Just one time for your mind, for this flight, you were just in time. For Wakanna, we about to hold it down. The crown jewel, come and take a look at crime.
My name is Tariq Rogers. I'm from Sparta, Illinois. I'm a full-time husband, father, and Wakannapreneur. I love my music. I love my family. I love Wakanna.
Honestly, you speak for themselves. If you were just in the act, I'm trying to bring you the world. All how selfish of me to try and keep for myself. We about to run out of stock. Ain't gonna be nothing on shelf.
About 3 years ago, I developed severe anxiety. When I say anxiety, I'm talking heart palpitations,
It's hot, it's like the oven in here.
you know, rapid heartbeat, immense fear, concentration issues, trouble sleeping. It was tough. So we're talking anxiety, depression, and insomnia. That was me, past tense, that was me 3 years ago, but not anymore.
It's been a long time coming and a long way to go. You gotta catch up with the plane, cause it ain't moving slow. So keep up, we in the sky, you just gotta reach up and see what the talk is all about.
About a year and a half ago, I was introduced to the Wakanna products, aka the Crown Jewel, and since then it's changed my life. I've been able to conquer my anxiety, my depression, and my insomnia. It's been a game changer.
Never mind, maybe I'm too far removed to ever be confused. We got too much to lose, then I lace up these shoes and keep running. Insomnia keeping you up. Got what you
Thanks to
need.
Wakanna, I can focus on what I truly love, my passion, my music.
My phone just keep buzzing. I cry till I'm dozing out. We made it, I see it coming.
Wow, wow, wow. Man, every time I see that video, I want to clap for that brother. Man, to be able to just, you know, express yourself and through your own music and you have a resolve. That's amazing. So none of that would have been possible if it wasn't for them, these 4 African-American women. But let me do a roll call. Drop it in the chat and drop who invited you, right, to this presentation, webinar, this family gathering, this family reunion, because because of the Crown Jewel of CBD and 4 African-American women, the Harriet Tubmans of this industry, and God giving them the synergistic energy to come to this particular space and be the BET of this industry. Yes, we are Wakanna and we want to give them a hand, but drop it who invited you, because you should show them some love because they cared about you enough to say, I'm gonna make sure you get educated. I'm gonna make sure that this negative stigma doesn't affect you from helping yourself or helping the friends and the families around you that have been suffering on meds and suffering on opioids. So Dr. Rita McGuire is our Chief Medical Officer. I just give her props because she's an OB-GYN, so proficient in her craft and so proficient, right, that she studied the plant for 3 years, so good enough that she was able to present to our legislative why we should actually legalize here in the state of Illinois, right, previous to the launch of cannabis in January of 2020, right? So game changer. And then you have Senator, Dr. Evangelist Patricia Van Pelt. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Anyone who can write dissertations on social movement and then put it to effect and practice, as our Illinois State Senator, caring for her community, caring for her district, and saying, you know what, I need all people, right, as many possible to know about the health and benefits of this plant. I need people to know about what to invest in stocks and in cannabis, right? Thank you, Dr. Senator Patricia Van Pelt. And don't forget Evangelist, because it takes, right, somebody who cares about people and has a relationship with God to be able to share what's available to you. And I'm gonna go to Phyllis Nash, who's our Chief Sales Officer. Game changer. Entrepreneur all her life, only worked 2 jobs, worked in the liquor distribution industry, Leon's Barbecue, if you're familiar with that, to go from the register all the way to what the corporate setting and expanding their business and being a real estate guru, right? And not just being that. We call her the midwife of Wakanna because she has that know-how, that mother figure, that strong mother figure, right? Especially in today's time, that knows how to grab you by the collar, pull you, make you straight, and grab you by the hand. So I say thank you, Phyllis Nash. And then the visionary of it all, Melissa Boston. Wow. Anyone who has a vision to say, you know what, I'm going to step in this space because God gave me a word and it is Wakanna, and I'm going to take that. And I'm not just going to keep it for myself. I'm going to call Phyllis, somebody who I've been and seen this industry grow in other sections, right? To all my, I'm going to call Phyllis, I'm going to call Dr. Rita McGuire, I'm going to call, and we're going to come together so that we all can make an impact on the world. Now, I say impact of it on the world because Melissa Boston, our CEO, has influence in 48 countries. I didn't say 48 states. I said 48 countries. So gifted and has so much vision that she was proficient in saying, you know what, let me just start buying up cannabis websites before the industry even started and kicked off. And wow, if you go to GoDaddy, you might have to talk to Melissa Boston because she probably has all the websites. So in a short period of time, you all, a short period, we're not even 2 years old. You know, Wakanna started in April of 2019, right? The national day that everybody knows as Cannabis Day, let me call it that, 420, right? Wakanna was started. In the first 7 months, 1.3 billion, million, 1.3 million. And then within a matter of 2 years, you all, I would say up to about 2 million, not 2 years, a year and a half, up to about 2 million. But then the close of last year, you all, cumulative sales of $4 million. How is this all possible? Well, the Farm Bill, right? So 2014 was a time in which, you know, the Farm Bill initially started conversation, but it didn't go into play. You see, in 2014, it was to generate and protect research into hemp. So under the Farm Bill, hemp is treated like other agricultural commodities in many ways. So they're all to say there's many, many, many uses for hemp. And this is an important point because while there were provisions that heavily regulated the hemp, this legislative makes hemp a mainstream crop in 2018. And we all know what happened in 2018, right? So December of 2018, the industry went boom. A little before that, but when hemp started hitting the when hemp started hitting the streets, when hemp started hitting the dispensaries, and you saw dispensaries open up, let me show you. Walgreens start carrying it, CVS start carrying it. But let me talk a little about the politics, just a little. So, politician John Banner, former Speaker of the House, would you believe that he sat on a company called Acreage and the transaction, right, for $3.2 billion at first when he was totally against the plan, right? So some may say, okay, maybe he's like Apostle Paul, man, you know, just had an epiphany from God and just, you know, switched around, turned his ways. Let's say 3.2 billion would probably convince anybody to do the right thing. Well, not necessarily the right thing, but get into the industry. So I don't read Rolling Stones magazine, but if you do, man, it is projected that CBD, you hear what I'm saying, is the Michael Jordan of the plant. And if you've seen the AARP magazines with the big cannabis plant on the front, AARP magazine, you got to recognize, you have to recognize that the cannabis industry went from illegal to very essential. And look at the surveys. 1,500 women were surveyed in North America, and look at the hearts. These are the results. This is the demand and supply. 60% said they wanted skincare, 32% jobs. Just look at the numbers. You see sex, you see dining, you see retail, you see all different types of use and demand for cannabis. But what's really interesting is I entered the industry thinking that it was just baby boomers because of pain and arthritis. No, there are people who are dealing with anxiety like myself, people who have dealt with issues, but young folk, millennials take up about 50% of patronage in the cannabis industry, and everybody else makes up that other 50%. So is it hard to believe by 2024 that the CBD industry is projected to make 20 billion? No, but look at the participation in billions of dollars in industries that we are entering in, right? That we are currently in, right? Look at these, look at the numbers, 288 billion. That's the weight loss industry. 3.4 trillion. Wellness, right? 20 billion, essential. Skincare, hair care, we have to pay attention to what the industry is doing. And Wakanna has been paying attention because we address every single element, every single industry that's on this chart. Why and how are we able to do that? What is this thing about CBD? Well, that's the word, that's the buzzword, right? But there are other cannabinoids. But the two common is CBD, which is called cannabidiol, right? And then you have delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol. Now, I can't say that twice, but I can say another word, which is delta-8 tetrahydrocannabinol. I can say CBG, I can say CBN. Man, there's so many, there's over 100 cannabinoids in the cannabis plant. See, Wakanna products are fully compliant with the State Department of Agriculture and are grown in accordance with Section 7606 of the 2018 Farm Bill. That's important. So don't go looking for Jim Bone, who walking between the house, pulling out the bricks, or put it in his book bag, walking down the street, walk up on your porch. No, don't go to the liquor store, convenience store, and gas station looking for premium product, right? We're third-party tested. We're organic. We're full spectrum, right? What does that mean? That means full spectrum. We actually let you know what's not in the plant. And it's something that you can request. We have our certificate of analysis on our website that actually shows the cannabinoids and the terpenes that are in the plant, right? So we're premium. And that's important because we have to live by the standard, and they're really a little ahead of the standard, if you ask me. So I say ask a lot of questions. There's something to learn and there's something to unlearn. You see, THC does have a psychoactive effect. It does stimulate the receptors in the brain, right? And the brain's pleasure center, right? It releases a higher than normal level of dopamine, right? And it does create a high. Not that it's not that it's negative, but those are the effects of high levels of THC. But CBD is non-intoxicating. It also stimulates the receptors in the brain. They regulate pain, perception, anxiety, nausea, and so much more. And there are medical applications. Look at the Michael Jordan right down the middle, right? You're talking about bone stimulant. You're talking about some of these antibacterial, anti-psychosis, right? You're talking about may improve muscle spasms, right? But you look at the other cannabinoids. See, it's full spectrum is not a bad word, right? THC is not a bad word anymore, right? We are removing the negative stigma. And how is this possible? It's possible through the endocannabinoid system. Yes, your body is calling for it. Yes, your heart, your lungs, your eyes, your kidneys, your liver, your bowel, your brain, your skin, your stomach, and your teeth. Your body is sitting there with cups waiting for cannabinoids. Now check this out. Ask yourself or type in or write your notes. These are two cannabinoids that your body actually produce. See, the endocannabinoid is something that I believe is God created. It has to be. If a dog, y'all, can walk over to a plant, right? A dog, when you have dog food and you're nibbling, you take him into the backyard, he's nibbling on a flower, not even a flower, on some green leaves, and you like, fool, I gave you dog food. This is good dog food. Where do you buy it from? PetSmart? and the dog is like nibbling on it. If God can give dogs that accessibility and that instinct without you saying the word, because you didn't tell the dog to go eat on a plant, why wouldn't he do it for us? Why wouldn't he do it for us? So I've said a lot. I hope that you were able to digest that. But if you still don't get it, take a listen to this.
Wakanna, the crown jewel of CBD, is now available. We're organically grown. We're all natural. We're premium grade. We're Wakanna. Wakanna partners with the world's leading formulators, scientists, doctors, and experts to ensure the best product by using the finest ingredients. Our full panel-tested products undergo a rigorous testing process to ensure the purest, most effective products in the world.
At any time I feel a little flare-up, coming in my back, in my shoulder after working out, in my knee after standing so long, I put the extreme topical in that area. And so now I am feeling so much better.
Our high-quality, all-natural, organically grown CBD is non-psychotropic, therefore doesn't cause a euphoric high. From chronic pain to anxiety to insomnia, Wakanna CBD products are a safe and proven alternative.
I was just fine, living day, every day, regular life, and then suddenly couldn't walk. I found out that it was as a result of osteoarthritis. I did nothing to create the situation. I started utilizing the topical rub, which addressed the pain immediately.
We're organically grown. We're all natural. We're premium grade. We're Wakanna, the crown jewel of CBD, and we're now available throughout the United States. Contact the person who shared this video with you for more information.
So you heard the lady say that she had pain, right? And she didn't do anything to create it. What have you done to create or not create your pain that has caused you to cry every night, right? I think we should listen to Tyreek that says we don't have to cry no more. And it starts with being right here, right? Accessibility to all. Look at this beautiful line that we have, right? So let me point out the products in the industry, right? Products for weight loss, wellness, immune, hair care, skincare, essential oils. Like, don't get stuck in the box, and we have to remove the negative stigma that the cannabis industry is all about smoking. It's not. There are so many different things, right, that we offer. This is amazing. You heard about sex that the industry, the women said, 23% of them said that they actually wanted to experience a sexual, what do we call it? Just pleasure. Marvin Gaye. Let's talk about Marvin Gaye. Sexual healing, whatever, right? So why wouldn't the industry, right, create products that would allow you to do that? Well, I'm not going to even say the whole industry. See, Wakanna is the crown jewel of CBD, and they even made something for the kings, king of the jungle, way down in the jungle, deep, and we talking about honey love. So why not? Now let me make a disclaimer, right? This is if you have to be 18 years of old to even buy or sell from Wakanna. If you're 21, I'm sorry, apologize, but we do not sell our smokable products, right? If you're if you're pregnant or nursing, right, it should not be used if you're pregnant or nursing. You should always consult with a physician or a medical advisor, your doctor, when using any supplemental dietary products, right? So we, according to the FDA, and we do practice being safe. So we don't say that our products are used to treat, cure, diagnose, prevent any disease. That's not what we do. But I tell you, we have so many different things. Now, I'm going to turn it over to a game changer, you all. A game changer that you really need to hear from. Let me stop my screen. Right? Let me find. There she go. Man, look, let me tell you all, you about to hear from a phenomenal person. She's very dear to me. And her name is, I got a couple names, but look, let me start with DJ Roz, because if y'all was at Love Jones last night, boy, I'm telling you, that woman, man, she brought us to a whole nother level. But Dr. Roz is the first ruby, and she's going to explain what that word is. The first ruby and the first emerald out of Texas, right? That's big, y'all. In this industry, she going to break it down to you. That's real big. Now, you might say, well, that's Dr. Roz. Let me give you. She has her educations, because she's going to talk to you about education and divinity and theology, right? And she graces this platform being an early adopter, because she sat with the founders in Texas and shared it through the radio waves of why we needed to be in this space. And you're going to be graced by her smile. You could probably already see it now. But Dr. Roz, thank you for being present with us this morning. Are you there?
I am here, Minister Mooney. Oh my God. All I can keep saying every time I hear the presentation, I'm ready to rejoin. You know, it's like, okay, can I get in this all over again? So listen, guys, it's amazing the opportunity that's before us right now. So let's just keep going, because so much is taking place, and I know you want to hear more. So let me just help you hear more. Because as he said, one of the things that makes us so different at Wakanna is that we're concerned about you being educated. See, you got companies popping up everywhere, as Minister Mooney said, but everybody's not concerned about you knowing about the plant, knowing about how to say endocannabinoid, which we all, none of us have been able to say all of our lives. But when you sit up under the teaching of Dr. Rita, you're going to learn. And so our Wakanna University has a three-pronged approach. We're going to teach you about business development and personal growth and wealth creation. We're going to make sure you're able to say endocannabinoid and tetra, all of that, right? Everything about CBD and all of the other cannabinoids, because you got to make an investment in you. That's what Warren Buffett said. He said the best investment you can make is an investment in self. Then the more you learn, the more you earn. But the beauty of Wakanna is that you don't have to wait to earn to learn. So you can do it simultaneously and learn all of the things in our Wakanna University. So it's basically the process that helps you reap all the benefits of cannabis in this generation. And this is something that's taking place, guys, in our generation, something that we will never, ever see again. And that's why it's important. That's why we're determined to leave a legacy. See, scripture says that we ought to leave an inheritance for our children's children. And see, you got to have a little money to do that. You can leave something for your family, but for your children's children, come on. You got to have your picture up on the wall, up on the mantle, all that kind of thing. So Wakanna is destined, and we're leaving 1% of all of our profits to help feed children and empower communities. And we're especially concerned about our community. So we really absolutely, you've already heard about the Wakanna story. You've heard about the founders, the co-founders, these phenomenal, phenomenal ladies. I hope by now you completely understand that we're trying to make a difference, and we're making that difference each and every day. And hopefully you recognize that we're not just about selling a bottle of CBD oil, but we are about a movement. And our movement and our culture is popping up all over the country. So now, there are usually three kinds of people that come to any of our presentations, that listen to any of our webinars, that view us whenever you're viewing us. You're that first person, you're that number one person who says, I want to support. Matter of fact, I want to support Black-owned business. I want to support the person who invited me. So guess what? If you're that number one person, here's what I want you to do. I want you to get back with them right now. Text them, have them text you their website, because they have a website. They have their own Amazon type of website that is designed for CBD. That's what this beauty of this is. Or maybe you're that person number two. That number two person is that person who says, I want to host a party. Man, yeah, I went to that party last night, or I went to that party earlier this week, and I'd like to have one of those parties. Because guess what happens? When you host a party, you get to earn free product. The more people you invite, the more free product you receive yourself. You might want to have a Jamaican night. You might want to have a puff party. All kinds of different parties where you can invite people virtually, like we do right about now. Guess what? It's amazing, and we have a really good time. Or you're that third person who says, can you tell me how I could make some money with this thing? Maybe I'm concerned about the business opportunity. Well, guess what? If you're that person, I want you to hang on here with me for about 5 to 7 more minutes, and I'm going to show you how you can take advantage of this industry. And you might say, well, why should I even be concerned? Well, I want you to think about all of these companies that have been in our past, and some of them even in our present. Go way back to the telephone industry when the phone was real big and now it's small. What if you had been around the table when they were talking about it? What if you had had the vision regarding the liquor industry when there was a prohibition and it was lifted and our liquor stores popped up everywhere? That's the kind of space we're in right now. But were you there? No, I don't think so. I think not, because I wasn't there. And had I been there, had I really understood Bitcoin when it first started, Uber or Google or Amazon, guess what? We'd be having a different conversation right about now. But right now, you are in the space of the cannabis industry, and you need that additional stream of income. Oh, I'm not asking you, do you need it? Everybody needs an additional stream of income because it's empowering, because it provides some security. because it causes you to be able to have more money to travel and to give more to charity, to your churches, to charity events. You can also build the wealth that we're talking about, and it's almost tax time. Guess what? You need to have some tax deductions. So often people will just get a home-based business so that they can have just those tax deductions. And maybe you have enough sense to understand, if I'm going to do it, I want to do it in an area that's going to give me some profits. And that's what we have here at Wakanna. We have 7 ways to earn income. Not 1, not 2, 7 different ways to earn income. Now, with this industry blowing up like it is, because it is booming, there are those who say, well, I want to have a dispensary. I live in a state where marijuana is legal, the marijuana side of the plant. And so let me tell you something, cool, fine, and everywhere. But guess what, how much it costs? I mean, it costs you $100,000 just to get the license, even if you don't guarantee that you're going to get the license, just to apply. But then when you talk about the dispensary and the products and the brick and mortar and the build out and all of the different people you're going to have to hire to get that marijuana license, we're talking about more than $1 million. Well, guess what? At Wakanna, we fit in a space, we fit in a gap where you can receive benefits, because there are people who are trying so desperately to get into that industry and they can't, because guess what? They're trying to keep us out of that space. Yeah, they've said they've promised to let African Americans get in that space, but look at all of these headlines of the difficulty people are having. And that's why we get excited. That's why we're so passionate about what we're doing at Wakanna, because we let you get in that space. How powerful is it for you to have your own online dispensary? And you earn money without holding any inventory. You can earn 20 to 50% of the commissionable value of every single product that we have, every single product that we will have, and then your customers will get free shipping with any order over $75. But guess what? Our CEO has such a love for people and is concerned about people getting this stuff in their bodies, the CBD, the cannabinoids, and helping to build their immune system, that she dropped that to $50. So anything over $50, your customers, yourself, you get free shipping. And then they'll get affordable, natural, and organic products. And rarely do you hear those words in the same sentence. And you're even able to take a 30-day free test drive. And then we go a step further, because now you can start earning money. Because if you decide that you want to share with other people, it's called networking. I know we say we don't network, but yes, we do. Because guess what? If I call you on the phone and say, I'm on my way to Chicago, I'm on my way to Virginia, I'm on my way to Cali, and guess what? I say, where's the best place I can go get some soul food or some seafood or some, where can I get some fried chicken? Guess what you're going to tell me? You're going to tell me where to go. But they're not going to send you a check. They don't tell you thank you sometimes. But here at Wakanna, if you decide to share with somebody, and then they decide to share it with somebody, and they decide to share it with somebody, there are overrides that you can make from 1% all the way up to 15%. And then we have broker earnings that you can benefit from just because somebody told you about a dispensary. Somebody right now told you to listen to this presentation, and guess what? There are profits that you're going to make when you do that same thing with somebody else. Because the richest people in the world, according to Robert Kiyosaki, are those that build networks. Everyone else looks for work. Which one are you? I'm just saying. So we've got a wealth pool. As Mr. Moonedy just said, I was blessed to be the first emerald, the first ruby, and the first sapphire in the state of Texas. I'm excited about that. But guess what? I didn't do it by myself. I did it because I built a team. Team members started coming on board. We're working together. And together, the beauty of this is nobody can go to the top without other people going to the top with you. And so there's a wealth pool of money set aside every single month, 4%. And when you reach those rankings, you get shares from that 4% pool of money. And then when you go to our top ranking called Diamond, and we have trainings that take you through this detail by detail so you really understand how to get there. But there's a second pool of 2% set aside for those that achieve the ranking of diamond. And each of those diamonds gets shares from that pool. I'm telling you, the diamonds, Minister Mooney's a diamond. Yes, he is. He don't want to say it, but we call him Diamond Willie Mooney. I'm just saying, right? So you get the diamonds get from the 4% pool and the 2% pool. And then when you become a Diamond 1-star, there's even a car allowance of $500 that goes from Diamond 1-star to Diamond 5-star. And we will travel again, ladies and gentlemen, don't you worry. But guess what's going to be a good thing about it? When you don't have to pay for it. So we've got ways for you to get going in this industry and with Wakanna. So the most valuable way is the $998 crown jewel dispensary. This is a full crown jewel dispensary. What's so powerful about this crown jewel dispensary is that it gives you, if you choose, you have two options, but one of those options is to get what we call a party plan pack. Now, in this party plan pack, everything you need to have a party, all of the invitations, all of the templates, everything, all the recipe books, everything, all the different kind of parties you can have. And let me tell you something, this is fantastic because you don't have to worry, you don't have to create anything, it's all created for you. Or, but in addition to that, you get $1,000 worth of product when you get the party plan pack. Now, if you don't want the party plan pack, you can just get $1,500 worth of product. That's called your personal dispensaries. Then there's a broker key. Remember me talking about bringing in somebody and you sponsored them and they sponsored somebody and you get the overrides? That's called being a broker. Guess what? You get a broker key activation to give you the ability to do just that. And then there's our Wakanna University. Our Wakanna University teaches you everything about social media marketing, customer base building, money, and everything that you need to know to make your business successful. It normally costs $199, but in this $998 package, you get 2 Wakanna University vouchers, not one, but 2, one for yourself and one for you to give away to somebody else. And then we're going to pay you soon as you get started as if you were a Sapphire for about 6 months. And then there's another way to get started. We call it our starter pack. Our starter pack is $219. It's a $500 value. It's a way to get in. Because see, the thing is, you don't want to end this call and not get in. So either you want to get in with that $998 or you want to get in with this $219 because it does give you $200 in product, 1 broker key activation, and not 2, but you get 1 Wakanna University admission just for yourself. And then you're going to get paid 2 levels. And as you continue to grow, you can increase that by upgrading to the next package. Or if money's an issue, and only if money is an issue, then get our 30-day free test drive. But the bottom line is you have to understand that we're making a difference. We're different from anything you have ever seen, anything that you've ever been a part of, because we don't have any business startup fees. We don't have a website hosting fee. Did you hear what I said? No, you don't have to pay for your website every month. You don't have to have a required auto ship coming out of your bank every month. We don't have any balancing of legs. We don't have any quotas you've got to meet. We don't have any shipping costs over that $50. We don't have any compensation plan that is only designed for the top 1%. That's all those other companies, all those other businesses, all those other opportunities that you may have seen and been a part of. But what we do have is customer support. We do have a shared revenue pool that I just briefly talked to you about, a willable business, unlimited income potential. It's all up to you. And you can be your own boss, have more time with your family, and be a part of a balanced compensation plan. So here's my closing, my last thing. 3 ways to get started. $998, by far, this has the greatest value. And even you're able to chop that up into payments if you need to. Guess what? And then that second way is our $219 starter pack. Or if money's an issue, and only if money's an issue, our free 30-day free test drive. Well, here's what you got to do. Get back with the person who invited you here. Say, look, I'm a number 1, I'm a number 2, or I'm a number 3. Or better yet, they're going to call you and say, which number are you? Are you a number 1? I want to support you. I'm ready to buy from your website. I'm ready to get the Valentine's pack. I'm ready to get the wellness pack. I'm ready to get a whole bunch of stuff, right? Or I'm number 2. I want to host a party. I've got some friends and family that need to see this. Not just what you want them to, they need to see this. Or I'm a number 3, and I see the vision. I'm ready to get started, because today you're in the right place at the right time. And Wakanna is destined for a global vision, and we are destined to be the most reputable CBD cannabis company in the world. Back to you, Minister Mooney.
Amazing, 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 amazing. I want to just start all over again. So some of you might be listening and like, this just seems too good to be true. Nah, it's not possible. So there's a couple words that I'm going to share, and I'm going to start up with a little music, right? The doors of the church are open. Look. So when you look at how our lives are right now, right? And you may actually hear of what's possible, but it don't seem real. It don't seem like it's accessible. So we miss a lot of things because we're not paying attention to the signs. Now we can't get any plainer than what you have just seen, right? So if you are in pain, then you need to start number 1. If you know somebody in pain, number 1. Now, maybe you have a little influence, right? But you may not see, okay, the business side, right? Or you may not see, well, you may not step into the space of, well, I just want to be in the industry. Now, that was me. I didn't have a pain side. I didn't have any of that. I was looking to get in the industry. So you may be a number 2, have an influence. We can show you, you can get with the person who invited you and do it with them, have fun. We had an awesome, amazing time leading up to Valentine's Day. And you're going to hear a lot more parties going on with Wakanna. Number 3, like Dr. Ross said, man, you might just see exactly what it is. You may be an innovator. You may be an early adopter. You may be somebody who wants to create, right? So maybe you're looking at the, okay, well, it's multi-level marketing and I'm not good at sales. Well, you don't have to be good at sales, but you do have to come to put we have a system that allows you to get everything that you need. Now, this is the reality of it. If you're just looking at, well, it's multi-level marketing, you guys aren't in the industry. No. See, there are companies like Cresco Labs, Acreage, GTI, right, that are private labeling. They're selling in bulk, they're selling in wholesale, and they're not giving you any opportunity at all with them besides paying taxes, right? A lot high taxes. So if you got 250,000, by all means, go with them, go partner with them. You got that million, because if you really pay attention, there aren't many people getting access to this industry. But we are a micro franchise with a level marketing approach. We also sell in bulk. We also have private labeling, but you got to start somewhere. And those first 3 places are the places to start. So with that being said, don't be the person who walks past our dispensary, soon to be, I'm sure, dispensaries, micro dispensaries that you have in your home. Don't be the person that when your grandkids or when your nieces and nephews, right, walk past and you be like, you looking at the window and you be like, I know them. What? You know Minister Mooney? Or you know Dr. Roz? Right? Or you know Jill, you know Vinay, you know Francis, you know average people. And then that person, the little one asks you, well, how you know them? And you say, you get the way back when story. And they be like, what? You didn't start? You mean to tell me that you knew them and you didn't stop? Don't be that person, right? Now, yeah, conviction. That's what we do in the church. Not condemnation, but conviction. But anyway, get back with the person who invited you and tell them you're 1, a 2, or 3. And ask questions. Get the answer. The doors of the church are open. So with that, you all, we're going to close this out and say have a Wakanna type of day. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And be prosperous in your life. Get what it is that you need. And if we can be a catalyst, because that's who we are, to help you get what it is that you desire, what you need, then come. The doors of the church are open. Peace out. I'm going to let some people hang around so you can ask questions. And I love you all. Dr. Roz love you all. We love Dr. Roz. Give her a hand, you all. Woo! I'm on fire. And let's get it. Peace out.